So what water are you gonna choose? We got 3 for the king.
Oh shit! Let me see. Damn. Whatever, bro. I'll take this one just because it looks nice.
It looks nice?
That looks good. I just saw body armor, so that's good enough for me.
So you want to drink?
What was that?
You don't drink?
I don't really drink now. I drink like once, twice tops a year. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you just don't?
No.
Is it just personal choice or what?
Yeah, honestly, not really a drinker guy. And then when I go out, I don't smoke or drink either, just because I don't like. I feel like I'm not I don't think I'll be able to defend myself, and everything goes down. I feel vulnerable, so it's just a personal thing, you know what I mean?
Thing.
Yeah, so I'm just always on my toes. Maybe the fighter in me, I don't know, but
why don't you tell everybody your name and what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Giovanni Gonzalez, or a lot of people, actually the majority of people know me by King Gio. I'm a professional boxer out of Stockton, California, and I also own a promotional boxing company, King Gio Boxing Promotions.
All right, and you said you've been boxing for
about 15 years. I've been doing this since I was a kid. It started out just because, I had a cousin that was in the Olympic team, and I liked, boxing overall. My pops put in pay-per-view boxing back in the day, and I liked that shit. I would box in the fucking streets and in backyards, and then here I am. Now it's my fucking legit career.
Now's your career? How long have you been a professional for?
I've been a professional for, I believe, 4 years, 4 or 5 years, give or take.
So you were amateur?
I was an amateur since I was a kid, and then I stopped boxing for about 3 years, I believe.
You stopped?
Yes, when I was in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I stopped.
Where were you going to college?
I went to Stockton, Modesto, and Sac State. Okay. Graduated and got my BA in criminal justice.
Criminal justice?
Yeah. Was
that because you didn't want to box anymore, or you just put it on pause, or what?
Well, you always got to have a plan B for everything in life. I can knock on wood, break my hand, and I'm good, or break something and you can't box no more, and if that's all you know, I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So it's just my plan B, so when I'm done with it, we'll see what happens.
What's plan B?
Plan B right now is I have a couple of fighters signed to my promotional company, but sometime down the road I'll probably go to like law school or some shit. Thought about being a cop, but now that I have kids, I don't want to be away from my kids all the fucking time, you know what I mean? So probably get something I can control work-wise.
You want to promote more than likely?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the fighters that I have right now. I mean, I got Adrian Reina, 3-time national champion, Peter Torshire from LA, 6-time national champion in 2012 Olympic alternative, and then we got Justin Marcus from Texas, which reminds me a lot of myself because he started fighting in backyards and stuff, so, and he has a really large following also on Instagram, over 100,000. So, he's a good kid. They're all good kids, and I have high hopes for them, and just pretty much showing and telling them things that I didn't learn when I started in professional boxing that I wish people would have told me. So I'm just trying to guide them through that and help them out.
What do you, if you could go back and tell yourself, 15-year-old King Gio, you're like, hey, this.
Oh, that was Prince Gio.
You're right, Prince Gio. That's right. No, that's a good question, but I think I would probably say I would probably go professional at 15.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So can you choose when you go professional?
You can, you could and you can't. It just depends where. Like in the United States, you can't. You can't just fucking wake up one day and I want to be a professional athlete. But in Tijuana, you could,
So you would have that?
I would go to Tijuana and just build up a record up there and then get it going because that's what everybody does, and a lot of LA fighters do that because they figured out how boxing works. People from Northern California are finally figuring it out Cause it's a business, it's like 80% fucking fighting and, business and 20% fighting, So, there's a lot of shit that go on behind the scenes.
You're fighting what, at featherweight now, or?
Yes, super featherweight.
Super featherweight.
So, yeah, so I fought out, 130, 135, 140 is the heaviest because I don't know why I would fight at 140, but actually my last fight was at 140 because he didn't make weight, but, we had trained hard and all that shit, but what was that?
You won.
Oh yeah, I knocked him out in the third round, body shot. And when you go heavy on weight class, it gets harder to knock him out in the head because, they have a fucking heavier, but
it's a bigger man.
Yeah, so body shots usually always do the work after a multiple.
What are you're champion in? Oh, he's champion, by the way.
What was it? Oh yeah, super featherweight, UBO world title. So right now, they wanted me to go to fucking Russia or somewhere to fight some Russian. I was like, why? The fuck? I'm the fucking champion. Then he has to come to me. On top of that, he is literally, I've never heard of him in my life. So that kind of got scratched off. I was actually supposed to defend it in 3 weeks, but we actually had a change of opponent last minute, literally last night. So,
so you're not fighting...
I'm not fighting Cortez anymore. No, just because there was some stuff that went behind the scenes that made us change that. So we're fighting somebody else. I forgot his fucking name, to be honest with you, but it's the same shit. Honestly, Cortez was an easy fight for me. I thought so.
Did you fight him before? You have fought him before?
I fought him to a draw, but when I fought him, I should have never fought him the first time. I only fought him because I had contractual obligations, and I had to take the fight. But I was sick. I didn't even train. I fucking rode a bike to cut weight. And boxing, don't ever ride a fucking bike because that's the easy way out. And your legs are going to give out on you if you don't run. You have to run. So I did, and I knew that. But I had, like I said, I had obligations to do. So I did the fight, and then, it was horrible performance. Horrible. It was a draw, but shit. If I would have fought me right now, that guy, I would have knocked him out in 2 rounds just because I didn't train. I was tired, it was bad.
Is it, were you just like, what, did you have COVID or?
I did. I fucking did. I had COVID 2 weeks prior.
Oh, okay.
And then before I flew out, they tested, that shit. And I was just barely good, but,
the effects. And all
that. The effects were there, bro. Like, you get tired going up the fucking stairs and shit like that. Yeah, everything, yeah. So, like I said, I should not take the fight. So this time around, I would have knocked him out easily. But it is what it is. The fight will happen sooner or later, and when it does, it will be good for the sport, and it'll be a good fight. So it is what it is.
Is it the guy you're fighting out for the title or no?
No, because there's you have to get approved by the commission. By the sanctioning body. You have to promote it properly, like this. It's just a lot of shit. So financially, it didn't make any sense
to defend.
Yeah, but we have to defend it in the next fight. I'm obligated to defend it by the next fight.
Is it that guy you're fighting?
Cortez?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I would like it to be, but
just whoever next.
Whoever it is, I would likely be him just so I can, show everybody he's easy. Because I thought it was easy. It was a draw. It is what it is, but we'll see who it is.
So, what happened with that Paulo Maldonado?
That fucking little bitch. Paulie Maldonado.
There you go. I don't know.
Yeah, so, excuse me.
Paulie Maldonado.
Yeah, right? Nobody even knows who the fuck he is, right?
Yeah, did he fight Jake Paul or?
He was a world champion back in a couple years ago. He was big back in the early 2010s, and then he was gonna fight Conor.
Oh,
yeah.
He's the one who got clipped by Conor in training.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he got dropped. He got clipped by Conor. See now that's embarrassing. Let me tell you why. Because fuck, dude, knock on wood again. But if you're getting knocked down by a MMA fighter and boxing is your profession, That's embarrassing, bro. It's like me going and fighting my homie Nate and what is that? Jiu-jitsu, me choking him out. I don't know shit about jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? So it just that was embarrassing, but for Polymon and Najee. But what happened is that pretty much a couple months back, he fucking fought a YouTuber, and I just said, dude must be broke to be fighting YouTubers, and he fucking got in his feelings, and he started acting like a girl, writing me fucking paragraphs of messages on the comments, and I was just talking, I triggered him, and then we were just talking shit back, and then when I saw him, I was actually getting interviewed. I wasn't getting interviewed, so I was talking to an interviewer, to Luke Boxing, my boy Lukey, and we were in Vegas at the MGM Grand. We were talking, and then my boy Manny Diaz, matchmaker, tapped me and pointed at some little short, fat guy. And, I mean, he's my height, and I say short because he's fat, so you can't miss him, And, you can't miss him. So I was like, who is that? He was like, that's your boy. I was like, I don't know who that is, bro. He was, that's Paulie. I said, all right. So I fucking went right behind him and I tapped him. He looked at me hella scared with the stupidest face, like, oh shit. I said, the first thing I said, you know who I am? He said, I know exactly who you are, bro. I was like, what's up, bro? What's all that energy you had, on Instagram, And then, he was just like, oh, well, fucking, you know how he talks. He talks all fucking stupid, hella fast and shit. And I was like, but, he didn't want it. He tried saying first that he's hella fat, which he wasn't lying. Mm-hmm. So he said I could only make like 160. And I mean, I fight at 130. So I was just kind of bluffing. I said, all right, I'll fight you at 160. That's good. And then he said, well, I know, look, listen, bro, I know who you are. And I looked you up and I saw your video. So if I fight you, I have to train for real. And I was like, all right, train. Like, let's set it up, bro. Like, and he's all but, and then his next excuse was that he's always traveling. And I was like, well, don't fucking travel and let's fight, bro. You want to talk all that shit, blah, blah, blah. So we're supposed to set up hopefully something soon next summer, out here in Northern California. We're everybody's talking right now, but he has obligations as I do as of now, and we'll see what happens.
Is he still active in the circuit?
Not professionally, no. But I mean, if you count a YouTube fighter that he fought, probably. But I mean,
for the most part, no.
For the most part, no. But I mean, he's a former world champion as a fighter. You don't forget how to fight. So, at the end of the day, he's easy work too. They actually call him Pillow Hands because he has 40 fights and he only has 7 knockouts in 40 fights.
Damn.
In comparison, I have 19 fights and I have 10 knockouts, I believe. Yeah, so, I mean, plus, on top of that, he literally has pole hands. Like, if you saw him fight, all he does is tap you with, like, he does not hit hard at all. Yeah, he's
fighting for
so most of his fights go to decision.
All of them go to decision. Yeah.
I've never watched. I only know. He sounded familiar.
Didn't he fight Ricky Hatton?
He fought Ricky Hatton. Yeah, he fought Ricky. See, what's up. See, and that's some, a lot of people don't remember who Ricky Hatton is. Ricky Hatton is a fucking G.
He was one of the greatest.
Yeah, but I mean, Pacquiao's a whole other level.
I remember Pacquiao later.
I remember.
Didn't Mayweather knock him out too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he knocked him out with the check hook.
Yeah. I think they both knocked him out with a hook, right?
No. So Mayweather knocked him out with a check hook, and Manny Pacquiao knocked him out with a overhand left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about boxing, but like boxing's not really my forte.
No, I feel it.
I just watch, like the big fights, like Canelo.
Yeah.
But Ricky the Hitman.
Ricky's a G.
He was badass in his
Was he?
Yeah, oh yeah. He was amazing.
I just watched those.
That fool's hella fat now. Have you guys seen him?
Oh yeah.
But he's like coaching. Who's he coaching?
He's training. Yeah, he's training he's training his son. Actually, he has a son.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually pretty good from what I heard here. So we'll see. I don't know.
Shit, Ricky had you.
Yeah.
So
it's literally his name too, I think.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, that's badass.
I think so.
So, like, what's your... I don't know. Do you have, like, a timeline in boxing, what you want to do?
I wouldn't call it a timeline. I have a goal, just next year I'm looking to get a big fight on like the Zone or Fox or not Fox. I don't like Fox. I'm just kidding. Showtime or something. I would like to bring HBO back as a promoter. Which is something that I'm probably going to work on in the next couple of months, because they don't have a boxing show anymore.
They don't, no.
But they don't. But let me tell you one thing. Yeah, no, that's Showtime. So what happened? Let me tell you what happened with HBO real quick. Long story short, HBO has been in boxing for over 50 whatever years.
Yeah.
And then they have some kid a couple years ago that came in that's 31 years old and is just some Wall Street New York guy, and he says we don't need boxing. So he's running HBO, and they say we're going to cut our budget and we're going to cut down whoever some of the things we don't need, and that's how HBO lost boxing. And a lot of people don't know that. That's how it went away, and that kid is still there to this day. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. That's what happened.
That's basically what happened.
Boxing was huge on HBO.
I saw that. I was like,
HBO used to be where all the boxing used to be at. No, there was none of this other bullshit on ESPN and all that shit. Well, there was, but there were like whatever fights. It wasn't the big fights, and like now every big fight's on every single network. So you get people as fans. It's harder.
I think ESPN only had like the lower level top ranked fights.
Yeah, they were called Friday night fights, but it was not Top Rank. Top Rank just signed a deal with them a couple of years ago.
Right? This shit isn't on.
It's not on? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, there you are.
You need to get closer to it.
I'm just talking lower. Yeah, that's fine. What was I going to say? Oh God, I'm so fat. So anyway, you want to get what's a big fight? Like what's
so I mean a big fight would be like I don't know, just a big fight, something that's a world title in a different sanctioning body, like a sold out big arena on a major network.
Well, what's your ideal opponent besides Paulie?
Well, I mean, Paulie wouldn't be a big fight. Paulie would be just easy work, honestly. Like,
little tune-up.
Yeah, tune-up. Yeah, exactly. It would be a tune-up. No, honestly, I don't know, like, anybody on top of my head, no. I don't know. It would just be the 130 to 126.
Who's big there?
Fucking, what's his face?
130 to 126.
130s and 126. You got the Mexican guy from Mexico. His fucking name's not Joel Diaz, but the other one. I don't fucking know his name, but he's pretty good. But I can. The thing about those guys is they can't have pay-per-views because nobody's gonna buy it.
Right.
Right now the weight class that's popping is 135, where you got Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko, all those guys. Yeah. So that's a good weight class too. And I fight at 130, but I fought multiple times at 135 also. So. It's fights like that, like Ryan Garcia was very beatable 2 years ago.
Honestly, I don't watch a lot of boxing.
Yeah.
He seems really like...
Well, he's very cocky. He thinks, he's very, very good. And the thing about boxing is that 2 years ago, I tried to fight Ryan Garcia 2 years ago, and they didn't take it. But because he was so beatable, I was like, dude, let me fight this motherfucker. Yeah. And they knew it. But what happened now, he's with the Canelo team, and now he's actually really good. I'm just saying how it is. But he's with a really good boxing camp, so they made him better,
Yeah.
There's a lot of good fights. I would like to fight Lomachenko. He's a very crafty, legendary fighter. And he's a southpaw, but I'm undefeated against southpaws. I fight very good against southpaws. I can fight southpaw myself, but I wouldn't do it in a professional fight, the whole fight, or even more than a round, because it's very hard mentally and on the body, because you're training the whole camp to fight yourself. You're fighting yourself as a orthodox fighter, and then you switch up. Now you have to think 10 times more because everything's backwards,
Right.
So and I can do it, but then I'm going to get tired a lot faster.
Right.
But there's a lot of fighters that I would like to fight, but one step at a time. And then the thing about it though, that right now even a big fight would be against like a YouTuber, because that's just how the industry is right now.
True.
And it's kind of fucked up because you have a lot of fighters like all of us that we legitimately train, but we ain't getting paid no millions of dollars like that.
Right,
but these fuckers are, because they're just out there playing with Legos on YouTube. So
that's
what I mean?
Opening boxes of Pokemon cards and shit.
Yeah, so it is what it is, bro. At the end of the day, if the fight makes sense, we'll fight him.
You'll fight him.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, what is your mean, we'll get off boxing in a second.
Yeah.
What's like in your eyes right now? Who's the best fighter alive?
Right now,
Who's the best fighter alive?
I mean, Canelo would be up there. But the thing is, Canelo's smart. He's doing what Pacquiao did over 10 years ago. He's going up in weight classes and handpicking people he knows for a fact that he can beat, you know. A lot of the things Pacquiao did is that he went up to, for example, to 147, but he would write a dehydration clause. And instead of 147, it would be 145, and it couldn't be heavier than 150. It's really big because now you're going to come into the fight very weak, and people don't know these small things. Not to take anything away from Pacquiao. I mean, shit, I would do the same too. Point being is that this weight class is there for a reason. But I mean, right now, I would probably say just Canelo. He's number one, and then I mean, you got skill wise. Yeah, Canelo's he's a very smart fighter. He has a pretty good chin too, like a really good chin. But, I mean, Mayweather had a fucking phenomenal chin, too, you know, and people don't give him credit for that because he never got hit a lot, you know. But Pacquiao, easily the greatest fighter alive. And he proved that when he fought Keith Thurman. He dropped him and beat him up. And Keith Thurman was one of HBO's top guys, so...
I know, he kind of derailed him at that point. When he beat him, he was kind of like he stopped the train.
Well, I mean, you know, he made a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars. So, you know, and he can probably make a little bit more too, just because his name's still out there. He's not fighting as often, but
yeah, I think who was the last person he fought? He fought Keith Thurman.
It must have been Pacquiao. Shit,
is that the last person he fought?
Check. I'm curious now.
I thought he fought another kind of big name. It may have been actually Pacquiao. I thought he fought somebody else and lost too. I thought he lost to somebody else. Maybe.
Yeah, his last fight was almost 3 years ago against Manny Pacquiao.
Damn.
Yeah, I knew it had to be
Never came back.
He hasn't but I mean, he made a lot of money off that fight, bro.
That's true. That's a good point. He did. Yeah.
A lot of money. Enough money not to fight to this, you know, yet.
Yeah. Do you worry about like CTE and stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to call it. You know what's funny you're saying? Because this one time I was fighting, and I was fighting some fucking like crazy ass fight, and somewhere in between that fight, I remember like, fuck, man, don't get hit so much because you don't want to get CTE. You know what I mean? but you know, everybody's different. I mean, it is definitely tough. But shit, I mean, it's part of life, you know, it is what it is, you know, as long as, I'm doing what I gotta do and getting that money and providing, and we're good on this end, you know.
All right, for our last question about boxing.
Yeah.
Are you gonna encourage your kids to box?
No, not encourage, support them, absolutely, you know, but not encourage them, you know, like my daughter likes more boxing than my son, you know,
oh, okay.
but she doesn't pursue it or anything. But if you know, but she's a fan, she likes it. I'll tell her to get in a boxing stance. And the last time I taught her how to do that was, 8 months ago. I can tell her today, and she'll know exactly how to do it because she pays attention. And my son, I mean, he's a boy, you know, he likes to, fuck around and throw people and all that bullshit. But definitely wouldn't encourage. Like I wouldn't like put it on top of them, like you gotta be at the gym, you gotta do this when it comes to any combat sport, because me doing it, I know how hard it is, how much time you have to put into it, and sometimes it's not for everybody. It's a very tough sport.
What is like besides boxing? Then we'll get off boxing. Mm-hmm. We'll get off your back.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do like after your fight? Obviously, you recover and...
honestly, it just depends what kind of fight it is. If it's
after your second round knockout or third round knockout.
We just
chill.
Just chill, pretty much. It depends where you're at, you know. If it's like for
what about a tough fight? How long does it take to recover?
About 2 weeks. Yeah, my toughest fight was 2 fights last year. The first one, and then the second one. But the second one, I got touched up a little bit. And that's when I told you, it was like 5th round. I was like CTE, you know, that bullshit. But that one took me like 2 weeks to recover, just because it took a lot out of me. Yeah. To, I had to I was working the whole fight. We were both working it. You know,
So
but
what do you do for those 2 weeks? Just resting in
yeah,
bed?
yeah. You just kick it, just sleep, ice your face or whatever injury you have. Get an ice bath, do cryotherapy, massage.
How's those ice baths? They're tight.
Oh, they suck, bro. They're fucking cold. Yeah, I got them. I got used to them. I fuck with cryotherapy more because cryotherapy stays cold. You know, the thing about ice is that what happens with ice melts. It gets not so cold anymore. Cryotherapy stays the exact same temperature for whatever long you need it for. You know, for the individual injuries like arms or legs, or if you want to get in the chamber, then
the full body.
Yeah, so it's very good. It can get pricey, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, you know, I'm a big basketball fan. I'm a Kings fan, but like LeBron James, he spends $1 million on his body off all that bullshit, but cry on that for a reason. What do you got? What do you got?
What are they doing with all that talent?
I know, right?
Primes. I'm like,
oh no, you know what, man? It's just it's tough right now, bro. Because I bet somebody $500 that we was gonna make playoffs, and I swear to God, I thought we were gonna make playoffs, and then we played, and I was like, fuck. Who's your team?
Huh?
Who's your team?
You know, honestly, I stopped once Kobe retired. I stopped watching basketball. I watch all most major sports. I'll watch a little bit. I just know the Kings are like. I just know like when they hired Luke Walton, I was like.
Oh, I told everybody when they hired Luke Walton, they fucked up because Luke Walton didn't do that to the Warriors. Fucking the Warriors did that shit because they were already good. They didn't need a coach to that point because they thought everything they already knew.
I was like, I just don't. I saw that and I was like, fuck. Luke Walton's not the man for that franchise. It's very they have a lot of talent.
Right now, definitely have a lot of talent. We have to get rid of a couple players like Marvin Bagley. He's got to go. That's probably the worst draft pick in all of NBA history for a team that desperately needs a talent. When I say that, why? They drafted Marvin Bagley instead of drafting Luka Doncic.
That must fucking hurt.
Oh, dude, and it's because Bloody D-Bach didn't like Luka Doncic's dad. That's what Luka is once in a generation player. He's very good. He's and I mean he's just fucking good, bro.
He's not even like near his prime yet.
He's a kid still. He's a kid, yeah. He's young.
He's so fucking good.
He's really good, you know. And then I mean we have De'Aaron Fox and players, and De'Aaron Fox is good, but. And I hate to say it, but I just don't see him being the franchise player. I don't see him being the player that's going to take us to the next level. Now, Tyreese Halliburton, possibly, he's really good. I mean, even Magic Johnson used to call him Little Magic, you know. Yeah. But I mean, that's probably the only one. We did just get a defender, Davis. What's his name? He's a 6'2", 6'3", small defender, but one of the best defenders right now in the NBA. And
Gervonta Davis.
No, it's boxing, bro.
I know. Tank.
The tank, right?
Tank. No, I mean, I don't know. I see I see the Lakers, and I'm like, that's an old ass team, son. Like,
see, the thing about the Lakers is that's what happens when you have way too much talent in one team, and everybody wants to be an alpha male. That's what happens. Like you have
2006, I would have been like a super team right now. I don't know.
Oh yeah, right now you can't do that right now. Especially, I mean, the Lakers is probably one of the worst teams right now. Just because they got all that people.
They're so slow.
Yeah.
I just watch them and I'm like, fuck, they're so fucking old.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. It reminds me of when they traded everything for Steve Nash, and I was like,
yeah,
they're not gonna win a championship.
Yeah.
That was like, and no prime, who do they got? Carmelo.
They've got Carmelo, Anthony Davis.
Is Rajon Rondo a Laker?
Who?
Rajon Rondo's
Rondo's a Laker.
Rondo.
Dwight Howard. They got everybody.
And like all the people they let go of, that's a playoff team.
Yeah.
Like Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Killing it in New York.
Lonzo's killing it.
Lonzo, Caruso. I'm like, fuck. You don't watch basketball, do you? Oh, by the way, dude, happy early birthday, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Happy early birthday.
Dude.
That's right.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
How exciting.
The big 3-1.
31?
Yeah.
How you feeling, dude? I ask you this every year, dude.
Swear.
How do you feel about 31, dude? Are you less stressed than when you turn 30?
Yeah. I was like losing my shit.
See, after I turned 27 or 20, not even like 25, I stopped caring.
I don't celebrate my birthday.
I don't celebrate my birthday. I'm just like, whatever.
Who celebrates their birthday all the time? So do you like party and shit still or not?
Nah, I partied way too much when I was younger, you know. Yeah. So, I just train, kick it at the house. I don't really go out to it that much. Not just because I don't want to, but it's just right now people are just fucking crazy, you know. They be tripping, and then you just, you know, when you have kids, everything you think about it 4 times before you do something. You know.
Have you ever had to lay hands on somebody?
Yeah, I did, but I wasn't licensed professionally, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
yeah. But now you what happens if somebody's trying to?
Well, if I do go out, I go out with a team. I don't go out by myself, just for that sole reason. Just too much money it would cost. I would go to jail and probably have to pay
a big ass fine.
Oh, and then let's go.
Can I go out with the team?
Yeah, let's go. I have my.
You ever be a groupie?
Yeah, with the King Geo team.
There you go. No, I have like a couple, you know, guys that do security that I know that are usually coming, you know, just make sure everything's done right, you know. Okay. So that's why I don't mean like a team, like a big ass, like when I say team, like like kind of like a security type of thing, you know, that just because it protects me financially, because people just want to make a point, just go cool, brave. Yeah, get brave, you know, and you know, it's just. But yeah, one time I had to put some, and then they were telling, I was with some friends at a bar, and then there was some guy talking shit, and then I don't know why to me, and I was like, dude, like, I'm not even drunk, and you are, you know? Mm-hmm. I was so sure he tried swinging at me, and that was the slowest punch I've saw in my life, and he probably swung at me about 5 times, a good 5 times before I said, oh, fuck it. I just threw one good left hook, and yeah, that was that. I had to go home before the cops got there.
Do you see, like, regular people, like if I were to punch you, I'm not going to, but if I were to swing at you, would you see that shit, like, in slow motion?
Yes, because the way you throw it is you're throwing it from your shoulder, you know? Like, the way you do it. Like, and it's fun. Well, the thing is that I'm not looking. I'm going to notice your body's going to move instead of like the proper way to throw a punch. And I say this because I say this to a lot of people in training and sparring when they start. And I say, I can see your punch is going to come. You know, like when your body you put your leg up and then you're like, oh, it's one of those. You know, mm-hmm. But if you fight somebody and they put their hands up and then they're like this and go bah bah bah, you're like, okay, this motherfucker knows how to fight. Even in sparring, there's example MMA fighters, and I got nothing but respect. They'll beat my ass any day of the week in a MMA situation. But in boxing, a lot of those guys, you see that fucking punch coming from a mile away because the way they're throwing punches. Right. That's why you have like Nate and Nick Nate now, just because Nick's a little older, but Nate is really good at boxing because he's throwing, he knows, it's not the fact that he knows himself how to box, but he understands what's going to happen. Like, he understands boxing. He knows when somebody's going to throw a punch. Right. Because it's not thrown properly. You're throwing, your whole body's moving instead of just your fucking, you know. Telegraphing. Yeah, you're telegraphing everything you're doing, you know, so it's just, you know, it's funny.
Do you watch a lot of MMA?
Yeah. For people who don't know, when you mean Nate.
Yeah, Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz.
Right?
Yeah,
so
Nate Diaz.
Stockton.
Yeah, that's the homie. Yeah, that's the homie.
Right.
That's pretty sick.
So you're cool, Nate.
Yeah. You know, it's weird you guys, you know, tell me like that because I'm just like,
that's your homie.
Yeah, as a homie.
Yeah, train with him?
Yeah. Yeah, at the gym. I sparred his boys. One time he was like, what was he saying? He was sparring at his old gym. He used to have, this was years ago. Matter of fact, it was the first fight against McGregor. I was sparring Chris Avila, one of his homies.
Oh, yeah, I know who you are.
Yeah, I know. I'm good.
That's her homie's cousin.
Yeah, that's
Daniel's cousin. Chris Avila.
What cousin? What homie?
Daniel Hernandez, our friend.
Oh.
That's Chris Avila.
Oh, yeah, he's from something. Yeah.
I was sparring Chris, and Nate was sparring, and we were in a cage sparring. And then he said, Jill, sparring southpaw. Yell at me, southpaw.
I love Nate, though. I'll fucking... Yeah. I die on my sword for Nate, dude. Like,
yeah, he's bad.
I always bet on him, dude.
I always thought it was dope on The Ultimate Fighter, how he would tag 209 everywhere. I was like, oh, that's fucking sick.
No, Nate's dope. A lot of people get label him as a like gangster motherfucker, but that's whatever. Well, the thing is, in front of the camera, people don't understand. Like when you watch your actors, they're in front of the camera doing things because they have to do it in order to sell the image in the movie. That's as fighters, we have to act a certain way that people either like or dislike, but either way they're gonna watch. So it's not just fighting. You have to make your persona if you want to actually make real money. So it's a tough job. Yeah, it's mentally. You can just box your whole life for MMA and be the greatest ever, or all that shit, but if you want to make the real money, you gotta learn how to fucking be an actor and talk.
How do you do that? So
lightweight. I mean, I just kind of started doing it just because I've been on. I mean, my last 7 fights have been on TV, and I just started doing that just because we're going to the next level right now. I have a lot of talent. I need to get the name out there of the promotion, and just got to do everything I know right now. I have a lot of friends that taught me that in the game, but I mean, all the expenses and the funds and the financial part of the promotion, I'm the one I've been the sole, person that's been dropping money on everything. So I've been earning and losing from day one. So, anybody that looks at me and says, oh, well, somebody helped you, motherfucker. If I had to go, I got every single dollar has been made off me, off one way or another, but nobody has helped me, so.
All right, so I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I saw this online. I thought it was kind of funny.
What?
All right, so you have two choices, right?
Yeah.
You can either walk behind a super slow midget for the rest of your life. Like everywhere you go, there's gonna be a slow midget. You can't pass them up, or you just have to walk behind the slow midget. Or would you rather have a rollerblade on one of your legs?
A rollerblade on one of your legs?
Yeah, would you rather have a rollerblade for the rest of your life on one leg, or walk on one leg, or walk behind a slow ass midget?
I'll do the rollerblade.
Walk behind a midget?
Yeah, so for the rest of your life, anywhere you go walking, you're behind this little midget. You can't pass him up. You're just behind this midget forever.
Nah, I would get behind this midget and just get him a car.
Huh?
I would just get behind the midget and give him a car or a bike.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because you gotta walk. Anywhere you go, like you're going to the restroom, the midget's like, you gotta take a shit. And you're like,
it won't make the motherfucker speed walk. I don't think. I don't know.
No, the midget only moves at one speed.
Yeah,
and it's slow.
There's no way out of it, dude.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have a rollerblade on one leg?
Man, I don't know. I think I would do midget. I don't think I want a rollerblade.
I'll do the rollerblade.
I don't think I want the rollerblade.
I'll be so good at it. It was like,
you think so?
Yeah.
You're not that coordinated, dude. You always fall.
It's under your whole life.
Huh?
It's under your whole life.
You think you'll get to the point where you can get...
Yeah, it's like a Healy.
On one... No, it's way different than the Healy.
Oh. I think I'll eventually get good at it.
You think so?
Yeah.
So you're going with a midget?
Yeah.
See, I'd probably go with a midget too.
For real?
I don't know about a Healy. Imagine you to a super important job interview, and you.
Yeah, and then you have a midget blocking you, so you have to leave like 5 hours earlier.
Yeah, but you show up. You're gonna show up to a job interview with a rollerblade on.
Yeah, I guess that's weird.
You gonna show up to that?
No.
Huh? You should have brought your championship belt.
I usually should. If you would have asked, I would have brought it. I'll have it in the living room right now.
So you actually get to keep it?